Okay. Now, in the fan fiction Hugh Cook world, which I'm developing, which uses the Chronicles of an Age of Darkness for 10 volumes and Hugh's stories, short stories on the Chronicles of an Age of Darkness as canon. In my fan fiction world, there's the events which sort of follow sort of around the ending era of the Age of Darkness, flowing into the New World. Around this time, where the stories are set, there's a bit of religion which comes through into the world, and I think what it's probably linked into in this adventures in life stuff. So we probably stuff like what's actually on the website, which is sort of technically those Islam of glory and Christendom divine things. They're not technically part of this. This is just a hosting website for those. If you must know your good people, those other things on the website. But I think they may as well do as the sort of religious ideas which come in a little bit. Now there's the Watchtower and the Watermelon, which certainly are. So the Watchtower is loosely based on the Watchtower, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and the Watermelon is sort of like Catholics in some way. But I think some of the characters in the fan fiction might be Islam of glory sort of fundamentalists, or Islam of glory people, and some of the people would be Christendom divine sort of people, and Universal Faith Assembly people, and Unitarian and Pentecostal Church 666 community people, and Mamre Fellowship people. So those are the sort of religious communities with their own spin on things, which sort of come into the fan fiction a bit. Um, it's not really quite Jesus or probably Muhammad terribly much, but ideas which are similar to that. The great Jesus is really probably the great grand guardian, replaces Jesus as the figure. So these things are put a spin on and to adapt them to Olo Milan world. So Islam of glory will be Islam of glory, but it'll have an Olo Milan spin on it. So it's the religious elements, but in an Olo Milan setting. So I think you can take those religions as sort of ideas which pertain to the story dialogue. Now that means that all this is sort of meant to, as a channel, Adventures in Life is meant to be wrapped up together in some ways for some people who have an affinity with some of the religious ideas. Certainly, some people don't really like that, and you don't try and watch those things or enjoy those things if it's not for you. I'm not trying to make it for you either, if that stuff's not for you. But normally, Adventures in Life people, it probably is a little bit. If you're still at Adventures in Life and putting up with these sort of religious things, and it's probably for you a little bit anyway, if you know what I mean. So it's like you'd sort of have a bit of interest in some of those religious elements a bit. Now, we're not really extremists or fundamentalists, really. We're sort of moderates in our approach. So, Hugh Cook, I think, is pretty moderate sort of fellow. Well, not exactly, I suppose. Joel Dragon's not exactly a moderate sort of guy, is he? A bit extreme, isn't he, Drake, in a way? But these are sort of the religious elements which are coming into the world in the fan fiction sort of setting. So yeah, I think that's yeah. So it's a website as a whole, sort of. Yeah.